Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Courtney here with Southern Owls. I'm so glad you are with me here today. We're going to be making a Valentine's Day themed swag using this 21-inch paint stick. I'm super excited to show you this new technique that we're going to be using our leftover 21-inch mesh. So this is why I'm like, don't throw out your stuff if you have a little bit left and you're like, what am I going to do with this? Let me show y'all how to use your leftover mesh into other projects. So let's start off by tackling our paint stick. So we're going to grab 5 pipe cleaners and we're going to find the middle of that paint stick and we're just going to add in that pipe cleaner. Give it a good twist. We're going to go down about 3.5 inches and you're going to put your next cable tie, pipe cleaner, that's a pipe cleaner, and we're going to go down another 3.5 inches and do the next one. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, about 3.5 inches all the way down. So we want our pipe cleaners to be pretty evenly spaced. And then once we get them on, I'm going to reinforce them with some hot glue. I have my hot glue gun prepped and ready. This is a Roby hot glue gun. I love it. I got it off of Amazon. So I'm just going to add a little dab. And I just do that because I want to make sure that my pipe cleaners aren't going to shift later. So just a little bit, a little dab. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't know if y'all have ever used 21-inch mesh when you can't find your 10-inch mesh and the color that you want. Let me show you this little trick that I love. So we're going to be using 5 of this beautiful color. I love this. This is leftover mesh, and I literally had just the right amount of that pink. So we're going to use this soft pink to go with our Valentine's Day swag today. So what we're going to do is we are going to cut at the 20-inch mark. So we're going to roll out our mesh and cut 20 inches. And we're going to do this times 5. So we're going to need 5 of each color. So that makes 10 pieces total. Now, I will say, if you made one of my paint stick swags in the past by using 10-inch mesh, this wreath is going to be a lot thicker, okay? Because we are folding this mesh in half. So these are 20-inch pieces, and look, I have just enough. That is perfect. I have a smidge left over, but we don't need that. We don't need that. So throw this in the trash. You don't need it. It's going to be fine. Just toss that right there. Toss it away. Okay, so we are going to grab our soft pink mesh, okay, and remember, we cut it in 20 inches. This is 21-inch mesh. So we're just going to take it, and we're going to fold it in half. Bring it together, seam to seam, okay? So now we have a 10-inch mesh, right? It's a 10-inch mesh. So what you're going to do is you're just going to find the middle, give it a pinch, walk your fingers over to the other side to make that cute ruffle method that we have done in the past. So it's the same thing, but we're doing it with 21-inch mesh. So now can you understand why our paint stick, it's going to be thick, okay? So we're going to lay that right down into those pipe cleaners and give it a few good twists. Look how beautiful that is, though. So we're still going to do my method of doing every other color. So we're going to grab the next color. I use my tummy. I do. To hold it all in place. Okay. Find the middle. Give it a pinch. Walk your fingers over to the other side. Okay. And we're still going to do the same method like I always do. And we're going to do this one side to side. So side to side. Nice and tight. Get that in that cable tie. And I'm still going to tuck like I normally do. We're now going to switch off to the light solid pink. Fold your 21-inch mesh in half. Find the middle, give it a pinch, walk your fingers over to the other side. I am kind of tucking it just a little bit. just so those edges don't get snagged on anything. And then lay that right down into that next cable tie, up and down. So we're doing different colors every other, and then different pattern of laying it down. So this is up and down, side to side. Up and down, the next one, side to side. So we're going to grab this beautiful striped pink mesh, pink and white, with that nice little glitter to give it a little glitz. I don't know. I just like a glamorous Valentine's Day. How do y'all like to decorate for Valentine's Day? And do you decorate for Valentine's Day? Is that a holiday you like to decorate for? All right, same thing. This one's going to go side to side. Lay it right down in there. Give it a few good twists. All right, we got one more. I do very minimal for Valentine's Day. I normally kind of just really hang a wreath on my door, and that's about all I do for Valentine's Day. Okay. Last one, up and down. Grab those the pipe cleaners. Why do I keep on calling those cable ties tonight? All right, pipe cleaners. We're going to tuck it underneath the section we just did. And then I'm going to pull up my cable ties so I can see them for the next section. So this is one section, and you can see, I mean, it's already got pretty good coverage, but I can still see that paint stick. So we're going to go round two for the next layer. And now, just like we did every other color, we're going to flip it. So if we did the pink first, now we're going to do the stripes. So we're going to do that same thing. Fold your mesh in half. Find the middle, give it a pinch. Walk your fingers over to the other side. And then remember, this one is going up and down. So we're going to make a T. So this one's going to go side to side. And get those pipe cleaners nice and tight. Nice and tight. We don't want our mesh moving on us later on. So now we're going to grab that light, soft pink and add that in next. Find the middle, give it a pinch, and walk your fingers over to the other side. Guys, I didn't even realize my shirt matches. I'm a riot. Okay, next one. So this one went side to side. So this one's going to go up and down. I cannot believe. I promise y'all, I did not mean to do that. That is so funny. And then I'm going to tuck that underneath that first layer and kind of bring this mesh around. Make it look gorgeous, darling. Okay. And we're going to get our stripe mesh going. Fold it in half. Find the middle. Give it a pinch. And this one's going to go side to side. And fan that out. Tuck those edges under. No one wants to see those ugly edges. Okay, we're almost done with the base. Oh, excuse you. Okay, same thing. Find the middle. Give it a pinch. Walk your fingers over to the other side. And this one's going to go up and down because the last one went side to side. So we're just making T's all the way down and making sure those, oh my goodness, those pipe cleaners are nice and tight. One more. Loving this base already, and we haven't even added anything to her. She's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Last piece, and this one's going to go side to side. I will say she's going to be thick because we are doubling over the 21-inch mesh. So just be prepared. Just be prepared for it to be a little thick. All right, we're going to bring that around. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love her. Yep, love. Okay, so next we're going to make a beautiful bow, and I'm going to put it right on the top. Let me cut this tag off. It's staring at me, and I'm over it. So we're going to put the sign in the middle. And here are the ribbons that I chose today. I did a little bit of red, but I really want to mainly focus on pink today. So I did 2.5 inches, and then 2 1.5 inches. And can you see, that says Christmas ribbon. We're using it. We're going to use the rest of it. It's almost done. And we are using it for Valentine's Day because it's glittery, sparkly pink. I mean, why wouldn't we use it for Valentine's Day? Oh, I have 2. Does that mean I have a piece? No, okay. I was like, sometimes when I do that, it means I have a little piece left of it, and I just wound it around. Okay. Oh, let's dovetail this, fold in half, at an angle to get that. It's nice and new. I love this ribbon. This is one of my favorite ribbons. It's beautiful and thick. I got this ribbon. I know I got this one from Creek Road. I don't remember where I got this from. I know this is from Creek Road, though. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do a nice little bow with a 6-inch tail and 2 5-inch loops. So we're going to measure at the 10 and marry them together. Pinch, marry, twist. You're using a bow maker. You're going to have 2 6-inch tails and 2 5-inch loops. Okay. 6-inch, 10, 10. So that's another 2 5-inch loops. We're following that same pattern. Okay, so these are all 5-inch loops, and all of the tails are 6-inch tails. And we just want to make sure that all of the ribbon is facing the right direction. Then we're going to come in with, actually, should we do solid? Let's do solid. Let's break up the pattern. We're going to do that 6-inch tail again, lay it right on top. And we're going to shrink our loops down to 9 inches. I'm going to do 1 and 2. So that's going to make these loops 4.5 inches if you're using the bow maker. I'll push it around. And then a 6-inch tail again. And I want 1 tail at the top, 1 tail at the bottom. Then we're going to take this fun ribbon. We're going to do another 6-inch tail, lay it right down. And we're just going to do that racetrack loop where you flip that ribbon over your thumb or over your pegs if you're using a bow maker. And right where we're holding it, we are going to grab our cable tie and loop that right around our bow. And grab another pipe cleaner and thread that through before you tighten it all the way. Thread it through the cable tie. Ooh, get it nice and tight. Whoopsies, it's fine. That's why we use wired ribbon, and we can manipulate it and fluff it and make it look beautiful. So let's lay down our bow, and we're going to fold all of these edges in half. all of these tails, and then we're going to just cut up at an angle, and that is called a dovetail. So just fold in half, cut up at an angle, fold in half, cut up at an angle, fold in half, cut up at an angle, fold in half, cut up at an angle. Also, guys, these are some of my favorite scissors from Creek Road, creekroad.net. I love them. They're my favorite crafting scissors. I might have a couple pairs of them. I might have another one laying around somewhere. You know, it's like when you find something good, you just stick with it. Okay, so we're going to add this beautiful bow onto our swag. How fun is that? So you see we have a nice plaid with a simple heart, a solid glitter, and then another fun heart pattern. So we're going to add this to the top of our swag, which I think this is the top. Let me double check. Yes. So where that paint stick bottlenecks is what I always use as the top. We're done with those, what to call it? Cable ties again, y'all. What is my deal? We're done with those pipe cleaners, so you can nip those off. And then we're just going to thread this bow right through the mesh. Be patient. It's a lot of mesh, a lot of layers we got to go through. Since we doubled over that 21-inch mesh, so we're going to go on one side and then thread it through that other side, right through the mesh. Okay, and I always like to use these pipe cleaners that are already on the wreath, and I thread those pipe cleaners through that pipe cleaner, twist, 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 and now I know my bow is going to stay in place. We're done with those pipe cleaners. We're going to cut them off and push them down. So let's manipulate our bow a little bit and fluff her up and out. I always like to use wired ribbon on my bows for this purpose. So we can manipulate the bow. We can kind of move it around. We can arch these ribbons up a little bit. I'm going to flip that tail up more. That one down. Really pretty bow. I love glitter. Okay, here's our bow on the swag. Super cute. So now we aren't going to add anything to this middle when it comes to ribbon. So we're going to snip those off and we're going to add in our sign. So this sign is from Hobby Lobby last year. And what I did is I just added cable tie mounts. You can get them on Amazon. And they do come with a sticky back. So I stuck them onto the metal. And then I added a little bit of hot glue also, just to make sure that those sticky backs aren't going to pop off. We're going to add in our pipe cleaners, and then we're going to add this right to the middle of our wreath, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to go through one side of the mesh, trying to find perfect. Ooh, stuck on something. There we go. Okay. One down. And then we gotta go on this side. Do the other. Same thing on the other side. Okay, that side was way easier. We'll flip it over. We're going to secure this one. I'm not going to use this though, not yet. We're going to secure the other one in. And honestly, guys, I'm going to leave that jute on my sign because if I were to take that jute hanger off, then I would have like random holes in the sign. So we're just going to leave that on. We're going to leave that on. Okay, one side. thread through. And the other side. Perfect. All right, flip her over. Oop. Twist, twist, twist. Nip off. My nippers I get from Home Depot. I get that question asked a lot too. Nippers are from Home Depot. Wire cutters, whatever you want to call them. Actually, let's flip that this way so the hearts aren't upside down. Yeah, that looks cute. They are Crescent Wise, W-I-S-S. And I got them from Home Depot. Okay, fluffing out our bow again. Looking beautiful. Put that sign on there. So now I'm going to come down here and I'm not going to add any more ribbon to this section right underneath the sign and the section right above. So I'm just going to come and I'm going to get these cable ties and I'm going to snip them off. Thinking she's looking good. So we're going to grab all 4 of our ribbons and I'm going to lay them on top of each other and we're going to cut them all at 12 inches. Well, I'll do 2 at a time. Let's do 2 at a time. We want a nice clean cut. So 12 inches, and then we're going to fold them in half and cut up at an angle to do that nice dovetail. And the same thing with these. One. I think I'm going to have a little left over. Man. So it goes back on my shelf, right? It goes back up on the shelf. I was hoping I would use it all on this project. Maybe we'll add some somewhere else on the swag. Okay, fold in half, cut up at an angle to do our little dovetails. How much do I have a little bit. We can do another bow with that. Okay, we'll hang on to her. So what we're going to do is we are going to find the middle of all of our ribbon tails and just give it a pinch. And we're going to make an X pattern. And let's just do 2 at a time. And then we're going to lay this right down into those oh my goodness, those pipe cleaners. Fluff it out a little bit. We're going to do the same thing with the 1.5 inch ribbon. And then lay that right in there, right on top. Give those pipe cleaners a twist, and I'm just going to push that right down because we are all done with those pipe cleaners. And then we're just going to fan all of this out, and since it's wired, we can kind of give it a nice little arch so it looks like it's more 3D, which I love. I want to pop up. Excuse you. Okay, so now we have our really fun ribbon tail bow on the bottom. Super, super cute. And what I always like to do is I have a bunch of this fun little ornament things, picks from the Dollar Tree. And I always like to add some of this stuff in here. So I'm going to take some of these hearts and kind of just hot glue them in there where you do not need that long of a stick though. We're going to clip some of these down. We might need those shish kebabs later though. And I love these. These are actually some of my favorites too. Let's put some of these in. I think we should have one of these coming out of the bow. So I'm going to use my glue pot for this, my Sure Bonder glue pot. You can get this off Amazon. We're just going to dip it in glue, just like that on the ends, and stick it wherever you want it. I think it would be cute to have some coming out of the bow just like that. And let's do one on the other side to mimic the bow. I'm just going underneath those tails, and then I'll put the tails underneath the fun glittery pick. Let me hold that for just a second. I love that. They are so fun. So let's add in some smaller hearts. I'm thinking some fun hearts coming out of the sign will be really cute. Also, yeah. We're just going to dip those right into our hot glue again. You don't need a whole lot. Also, you want to make sure when you're using your glue pot that the glue is the consistency of honey. You don't want it really thin. That's how we get glue strings everywhere. That's how you burn yourself. You can also use a hot glue gun if you don't have a glue pot. It's totally fine as well. Don't have to go and invest in anything. Let me hold that in place for just a second as well. And then let's do some hearts coming out of this little bundle. Maybe the smaller ones, the small little fun. Yes, love that. I'm hoping Dollar Tree has these hearts again because I'm almost out. And these are some of my favorite little add-ons. So I'm sticking that down through the mesh and they'll just kind of pop out just a little bit. I'm going to do the same size on the other side of our little ribbon tail bundle. Make sure you're sticking it through the mesh so it has something to stick to. Super cute. I might add a couple of these down here. Moving that ribbon out of the way, sticking it down into the mesh. Grab another one. Gonna do opposite down here. Coming out through the bow. Super adorable. I love it. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. That is so fun. So whimsy. So glittery. Right up my alley. Do I want to add some more hearts? Let me look at it. I don't know. I'm kind of just digging it. I'm kind of digging it just like it is. Yep. I love that. I love that. That's pretty. Okay, let me clear this out real quick. And we're going to move the camera up like usual. Do not look at my mess behind the swag. Promise? You looked, didn't you? All right, here is our finished swag. We got that beautiful bow. We started off our base with the paint stick and our 21-inch mesh with our beautiful bow and our fun picks, our sign from Hobby Lobby, some little hearts sticking out there, some fun hearts down here, and our ribbon tail bow. So what I always like to do also, let me bring y'all back down. There we go. Is we got to make it into a door hanger. So we're going to thread this pipe cleaner. Look, it's the end of the tutorial and I finally said the right word. Make a hook, make a loop, twist, twist, twist. I always kind of like twist this part too a little bit, just so it's nice and secure. It's not going anywhere. Nip that off. And then the fun part. Is it still on? I think I turned it off. Is it still hot? No. Okay. That's okay. We're going to use the glue stick very carefully. Very carefully, we're going to use our glue stick. And we are going to brush on this hot glue on any open end of our pipe cleaners. So this was nipped off, so we're just going to smooth that out with some hot glue. The reason why we do this is because those wires on those pipe cleaners, they're sharp and they will scratch your door or your wall. So we just want to make sure if this is for a client that we have no rough edges. I've had a lot of comments say that they put felt on the back. You are more than welcome to do that as well if you want to take it another step further. That is totally fine also, and that will give you a nice covered back as well. Carefully pull this back up. Beautiful. Fluff out our bow a little bit. And she is all done, my friends. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this Valentine's Day paint stick swag tutorial. I can't wait to show y'all what else I have in store for Valentine's Day. So make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you're loving this, I would love to have you around for more tutorials. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I can't wait to craft with you again soon. Bye, everyone.